Oh, wow. Huh. Oops. Oh. Let's try them. Hmm. No, wait, no, she's not there. Shit. Oh. Hmm.
Hello, welcome to Yoda Soda Creations podcast. Scribbins, George Hunters, BBC Most Recent. This will be the first time we do a back-to-back doubleheader kind of a deal, 2 days in a row since Humble Beginnings back.
I moved into a new apartment, so yeah, I wasn't available last week.
Since our Humble Beginnings back in 2018. Speaking of which, under a month from now. Under a month from now, 3rd year anniversary.
Yep. But yeah, I believe, as far as news stuff and like talking about like how our week was, tonight will be like last week's stuff, and tomorrow will be this week's stuff. So, last week, it was fairly normal until about Tuesday when I was basically told that, hey, the guy from the apartment got back to us. Like, we can get in as soon as that Saturday. It's like, oh, um, okay. I didn't really have much in the way of stuff to put things in. I mean, thankfully, I was able to get some boxes and a couple totes, but still, that's kind of would prefer to have a little bit more time, a little bit more notice. So I spent the rest of the time worrying, and for a little bit, I was wondering, like, there was a bit of a discussion, like, we're really gonna go for this one. But eventually, I found out Friday night that yes, in fact, we were going with this one. Like, when I basically got the message, "Hey, are you ready for tomorrow?" And yeah, I spent the rest of Saturday and Sunday packing up and moving things over. But yeah, I've basically reestablished my whole setup in my new room now. So yeah, that that was my week. Eh, or that was my week last week anyway. Admittedly, it did kind of continue on to this week, but that's the story for tomorrow. So, how was your last week?
The next, yes, the next question out of the way. Expect the, I'll probably be expecting the occasional off bit, but for the most part, we'll try to keep things as focused as possible. But yeah, because of that, I had to do a lot of adjustments, and strangely enough, I did sort of. TikTok around TikTok around the possibility of utilizing other sources and possibly doing the episode earlier than doing the cast earlier than expected, but that sort of came a bit too late.
Yeah, and of course there was a few talks of doing it like Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, but yeah, as I was still kind of getting stuff established and doing some shopping for around the house, the schedule never really worked out. Also on Saturday and Sunday, maybe it was just a Saturday, but we hadn't gotten internet set up yet, so I would have been running off of mobile data, of which I only had 2 gigs left. But now we're rocking gigabit internet with unlimited data, so I will never not have internet. Or wait, uh, just never not. Wait, I think I said that wrong. I'll always have internet, basically.
Yeah, that makes it. Yeah, that didn't make much sense the first time you said it.
To be fair, even though it's kind of been a bit more chill, it's been a long week, so uh,
The
actually, it's funny that being at work actually helped a bit. Because I was able to actually have some time to just like chill. because I always have like that 1.5 to 2 hours between when people show up and when people start leaving, where I just kind of sit in a chair, watch the parking lot, and just read for a bit. And yeah, my shoulder definitely needed that. Oh wait, that's getting into this week. No, bad. Save that for tomorrow.
Like I said, I was going to expect a bit of a couple of oddities.
Yeah.
As I was going to say, it's safe to say the movie took a bit of a toll out of you.
Yeah. Like, Monday's gonna be the first day where I can actually sleep in. It would have been tomorrow, but long story short, I had to go back over to the old place and finish cleaning out the closet. That was gonna be today, but then my mom wanted to come over or to visit, so I was like, okay, move that to tomorrow. Move the cleaning thing to tomorrow. So yeah. Eh. And on a related note, I'm, as for Everfree anyway, I'm gonna take my time when it comes to, you know, getting like getting my membership because like still waiting to see like how the whole you know pandemic thing pans out. Like they're supposed to have like another announcement in I believe June, and well, I did some thinking like yeah, travel between America and Canada is kind of right now, and a lot of the voice actors are Canadian, and yeah, I was kind of thinking, yeah, how will this whole thing affect the guest list? You know, as part of the premium membership thing is like getting the passes for getting autographs and stuff. But if due to restrictions they can't actually make it there, then that kind of gets rid of part of the reason for getting the $300 membership. So I decided to wait it out until they make their announcement, you know, see how travel restrictions pan out. And if it's still rather restrictive as far as like number of people and who can come, and actually I don't recall seeing anything about signups for like the musicians. So if the music is limited, I'm kind of wondering like, maybe you should hold off for another year, you know? But again, I waiting until the June announcement.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll see. I've heard there's some improvements, including some mask updates. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it see how things pan out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the only other thing I could really think of note to mention. And I apologize if it seems like I'm a bit more quiet this week and future episodes, but yeah, now that I'm at an apartment after 10 o'clock, we're supposed to keep the noise level down. So hopefully everyone's hearing me all right. Uh, also, I think I went a bit more quiet than I intended there. I'm still getting used to this whole situation. but anyway, as you can see, this week we're doing an art stream because due to everything going on lately, I haven't been able to do any recording because stuff kept getting in the way, and then suddenly moving to an apartment. But assuming everything goes well, I do plan on doing a Pokemon stream sometime next week, either Monday or Tuesday, or maybe Monday and Tuesday. We'll see. Hopefully, nothing should get in the way this time. Like, oh, okay, I won't make any promises because they might have more stuff they need help with getting into the place. Uh, I'm trying. I really am. It's like, I keep setting goals and keeps getting pushed back by outside forces, and on the plus side with this new place, I'm like 2 blocks away from my doctor's and 1 block away from getting my medicine. So hey, convenience. Also, Safeway is basically the backyard. Like, I look out the window, I see the back of Safeway. So yeah, that's convenient. But anyway, that's not why you're all here this week. You're here for the pony,
Uh,
or maybe for the news that after pony. I don't know. Oh, you want to say something?
my week, no, my week, time you got, same week that you got the same week that you got the same week that you got the announcements. Not quite, not quite as hectic as, not quite as well pressuring as yours, but still have to keep certain things in mind because not only Star Wars was being celebrated for certain days of the week,
Oh, yeah, forgot about that.
but also up and coming was National Train Day, so a lot of a lot of posts I've been doing on DeviantArt have been trying to be closely related to those particular matters.
Okay. Hmm. Everybody's going pony life. Just getting the episode list up so I have episode titles off that I can work with. Okay, okay, yeah. Eh, right.
See,
Oh wow. Yeah, I do believe next week is the final bit of Pony Life. Yeah, that was quick. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention how I got a hold of the episodes. So usually I'd be using the Xfinity box at home, but moving now, I won't have access to that. So what I did for tonight's episode was basically I got onto the Xfinity streaming thing on the browser, and it's like, okay, record from that. Except they don't like it when you record from the web version, so they kind of blacks out the picture. So what I had to do is use my capture device to capture the window, or like capture the screen. Except just by capturing the screen itself and capturing it into it, it did the whole infinite picture-in-picture thing. So I had to plug in the so actually I had to split the signal from the laptop, have one going into the capture device and one going into the second screen. That way it has a second screen to record off of and not do the picture in picture. And then record that way. Now for this week's slash tomorrow's episode, I did a similar thing except I hooked the Fire Stick up to the what's it called, HDMI switcher, and did a similar thing there because it turns out the Fire Stick actually has a beta Xfinity Stream app. So that'll be my way of recording Pony Life from now on. And from now on, I mean next week. It's funny, like, I have to find this new way of recording things, and it's only gonna last like one more week after I find it. It's like, wow, it went through all this effort, and yeah, it'll basically be useless after next week. But sometimes you have to be creative in how you do things. Anyway, Pony Life.
We'll see. Hopefully there isn't too much of a gap to G5.
Yeah. So tonight we'll be talking about episodes 9 and 10 of season 2. So starting things off is what goes Updo. So the Crystal Empire Circus thing is in town, and yeah, this is a bit of a change. Like, and this is more of a okay. This is kind of getting into like next episode stuff, but I guess Cadence and Shining Armor are running the circus, so is this like a Crystal Empire sponsored thing, or is this like the Crystal Empire not actually a thing now, and they're actually running a circus? Like, it's kind of unclear because I don't think we've actually. Have we actually seen anything involving the actual Crystal Empire, or is it's like the whole? Is this like the first mention of the Crystal Empire in this series?
I actually was about to say the very. I was about to say, aka the first time we get more recurring aka more recurring aka I was about, blah, blah, aka we get more recurring characters in
Yes.
Pony Life format.
Yeah. But now it's just like a thing. It's like, oh, okay, so what what events from the original series actually is canon? As far as I can tell, season one probably maybe happened the season two premiere and like everything of season three minus the premiere, since if the Crystal Empire is anything as a circus instead, then obviously that didn't happen. But we can also assume that portions of the season two finale occurred, basically the wedding, but not the whole chrysalis thing. As now, as far as like the season four premiere, eh, I mean, I don't think you've really had any mention of the elements of harmony, so it's possible that that could have happened, but definitely not the finale, because Crystal Castle and whatnot.
Yes, I was about to mention somewhere in yes, I was about to mention last time we talked about this. I think it was established somewhere in season 4 because the library's still there.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Crystal Empire Circus thing is in town, and they're here for the opening ceremonies, and Cadence is the one cutting the ribbon. And, like, they're really nervous about meeting her, so it's like, okay, so they know her, but the way it seems is like they know her more for her, like, more like they follow her on Twitter, because, like, she's very into the social media. But yeah, they meet up and they notice her amazing mane, and hey, you can get your mane styled over here, like crystal bedazzling and stuff like that. So they do that. Also, it's the main 6 minus rarity, because rarity was running late. So they all get their mains done, and they and Cadence take a selfie to put up on her blog or whatever, Twitter or whatever social media account she uses. Like, okay, hey, Rarity is here now, and okay, yeah, sorry I was late, and oh, wow, your mains. I want mine done that way. Except she's so late the booth has already been closed. So Applejack gets an idea. They'll bedazzle her. They'll bedazzle the. They'll bedazzle her mane. And Pony wants to say like we've seen this scenario back in regular Pony before, in some fashion. And as you can imagine, it doesn't turn out well. I think she is horrified at the result. It's just a mess. But okay, Applejack has a new idea. They'll mess their mains up to match Rarity's. That way she doesn't feel too bad. So Pinkie Pie sticks her mane inside a cotton candy machine. Rainbow Dash goes on a roller coaster. Twilight goes into a some sort of scary attraction. And Fluttershy stands on top of one of those hammer mini games where you use the hammer to strike the thing to try to ring the bell. And it causes her to fly off and crash into Applejack, ruining both of their mains. So they meet up. They meet back up with Rarity, and it's like, "What your mains? They were amazing." And it's like, you know, it's nothing. Like everything's good now, and but Rarity's like, at least you have that picture that selfie with Cadence, and Cadence shows up. It's like, yeah, I deleted that. So I noticed, realized that without Rarity there, just but it wasn't right. And like, so I think we should take a new selfie. But Rarity's like, but our mains are a mess. And like, so Cadence messes her main up, and Rarity's just appalled at this. Like, no, but but Cadence reassures her like, hey, my main will be popular no matter what I do. And besides, it's the messy style is like very nice, low maintenance. Don't have to worry about it too much. Like, yes, very much yes. So they all take a selfie with their messy mains, and everything's good. So now we move on to communication shakedown, and this was a stupid episode, or stupid mini episode. So they're still going about the carnival, and they each want to do their own things. So it's like, okay, how to synchronize schedules? Okay, let's all get it into the same message group, and we'll message each other to schedule things up. So they all scatter. Applejack wants to bob for apples. Uh, Rainbow Dash wants to show off like how cool she is by doing the whole hammer strength thing. That's Fluttershy wants to ride the teacup rides. No reason. She just thinks it's fun. Like you know that's fair. You do you, Fluttershy. Verity wants to get her muzzle painted, and uh, and the other two, I forget what Pie wanted to do, and Pinkie Pie is just whatever. Like, okay, we're all the same text group chat thing. Okay, and scatter. So Applejack goes to Bob for apples, which is like using a flotation device as a lasso to grab apples in like a pond. Okay, Rarity get Rarity gets her face painted and like okay, it's nice and all. Just let me finish this, darling. And she finishes painting her face up herself. So typical Rarity.
Somewhat of a nice callback to season one, though.
Yeah, I was getting vibes from the whole butterfly motif. Like I was definitely getting vibes from Sonic Rainbow, I believe.
Yes.
Fluttershy is like having great fun on the teacup ride. It's the most exhilarating thing she's ever done. While the teacup rides is moving very slowly. Also, operating the ride is uh, that I want to say it's that one pony from the cat episode. I don't remember her name. But yeah, that pony. And yeah, Rainbow's showing off, and yeah, she basically breaks the thing and gets the prize of a huge Discord plushie that, yeah, and not that doesn't look that good of a plushie really. I think, yeah, I'll just keep the memory of this. Like she just tosses the plushie aside. So, oh, Pinkie Pie was doing her thing and decides like, okay, eh, I'll chat with the rest. Hey, anyone around or what? And this gets like, oh, what the heck, huh? I mean, God, this episode is so stupid. So it's like, Birdie's like, I didn't. If she wanted us to meet up so soon, why did she say so? And Rainbow just replies like, "Am I around or what? Uh, yeah." And I was like, "Yeah." And Fluttershy's like, "Are you okay?" And it's like this whole weird chat back and forth thing that this is so dumb. Like, I know that it's supposed to be the whole like communication not really working, like miscommunication and all, but I'm sorry, just this just doesn't work. It's what we're given. Like anyone around her, what? Yeah, are you okay? And and Rainbow just like in all caps, I think so. And now everyone's feeling down, like, oh, everyone's angry now. It's like, how did we get to this point? Really? I mean, so now everyone's sad now, and And hold on, let me check something. And so they all end up going onto the Ferris wheel, and it's like, so when they get out the Ferris wheel, they get a notification like, "Hey, everyone's here." It's like, "Oh, so it's yeah, not angry?" And Pinkie Pie is like, "Oh, I've been having fun. Like, maybe we should just talk to each other actually now." It's like, I want to say that this is like one of the worst episodes of Pony Life I've seen, just because of how dumb this whole thing is.
I'd say that more applies to side B. Although, admittedly, A does offer some slight confusion with the certain establishments.
Yeah, but yeah, that was episode 9 with I need to scroll back down. And what goes up to in Communication Shakedown. Now for episode 10, starting off with Lollipop. So they're still at the circus, uh, and Twilight and Fluttershy are hanging out, and they hear an announcement, and yeah, Flim and Flam are there selling con makeup kits, and they're actually gonna be doing a little show for people who bought the kits to show off later. And it's like, oh hey, the action. Well, first off, hey, Flim and Flam are selling something that's not a scam. Huh? That's different. But yeah, it turns out it's been in Fluttershy's childhood dream to be a clown, which made me think like, wait, so season 3 finale when the whole Destiny swap thing, Fluttershy got Pinkie Pies. It's like you would think that like if she was all into clowning and all that stuff, that she would do a bit better with that. Yeah, just a thought I had, you know.
Like I said, this time around has a like I said, this time around has a few oddities.
Yeah, yeah. So Fluttershy buys one of the makeup kits, and I was gonna try to be Lollipop the Clown. Uh, one small problem though. Yeah, it turns out Applejack has a fear of clowns, which Twilight and Pink Pie find out when they actually follow her where she ran off to. Because turns out when she needs to get into the right mind space, like and calm down and stuff, Applejack pulls weeds. So yeah, it turns out Applejack's always been afraid of clowns, and yeah. So they go to relay this information to Fluttershy, and she's like, uh, if this is gonna, sorry, I'm just a little. If Applejack's not okay with this, then I don't want to. Then I don't want to do this. So yeah, they relay this information to Applejack, and she's like, "What? No, no! I don't want her to give up on her dream just because I'm afraid. Let me go talk to her." So Applejack goes to talk to Fluttershy and reassures her like, "I may be afraid, but no, I'll be here for you." and tells her like, go up on that stage and perform your best. So she goes up and performs, but drops the apples she was juggling. So Applejack goes up there, tosses the apples to her, and starts juggling along with her. Like, okay, that this one definitely makes up for the last episode. Like this was nice.
Even if
I
again,
just
even if again there was a bit of a oddity with the even if again there's oddity in the addition to at least one of the
oh
characters.
yeah, I'm gonna chalk it up to they probably didn't watch that episode. I just realized that yeah, we're almost done with the recap section, and it's like, wow, that's quick. Part of it maybe like maybe I'm kind of rushing, but a lot of it's like these episodes are kind of a bit more basic in structure compared to the last couple weeks. It's just like how should I put it? A lot of it's just like ponies go here, do that, go there, do that, and some back and forth. Nothing really, elaborate or anything. So yeah, this uh, finishing off tonight's set of episodes is Little Misfortune. So yeah, it's the final day of the Crystal Empire Fair circus thing. And like they've looked at all basically they've done everything but the big top. So yeah, Rainbow Dash is bouncing a ball around and it bounces towards the pier where they find a lucky cat fortune machine. And so yeah, Pinkie Pie gets one, and her lucky says some stuff. Her lucky item's a spork. Fluttershy tries it, and Fluttershy's lucky number is her lucky number. Like, wow, these really are fortune cookie fortunes. Because sometimes you just get one and that's basically pointless, like absolutely pointless. Could be worse though. Oh, it could have been unfortunate that's just an advertisement for the. Sorry, my mind's just like that. It could have been a fortune that's just an advertisement for insurance. Because apparently there are some places that do that. Applejack, Rainbow Dash tries it. And it's like, what was it? Basically, life is like a circus. If you stop moving, the fun will end. So now Rainbow Dash is like, but I don't want the fun to end. Like, I need to keep moving. And she gets the idea to join the circus and travel with it. And like, no, that's not what. Like, no, no. So Rainbow Dash goes to Shining Armor, the ringleader of the circus. It's like, hey, I want to join the circus. Anything I can do. So, okay, how about this? So first off, she's walking the trapeze, blindfolded with her wings tied together, juggling while doing math. Yeah, that's a bit much for Rainbow Dash. Primarily the math part. So that's no good. Next up is this cage, like a very dangerous cage, and no actual motorcycle for this one. So she gets in there, starts going all around, and go, goes really, really fast, and it's like shining brightly. Like, ooh, it is very pretty. But yeah, Rainbow Dash has like absolutely no control in there. So Twilight opens the cage door and she flies out. Like, oh, okay, I can't really blame. Uh, can't blame Rainbow Dash for that one because technically that was audience interference. Like, okay, one more chance. They need someone to fill in a role because, yeah. So Rainbow Dash is filling in for the role of Manticore. Like, okay, needed to be ferocious. Roar? It's just like, but yeah, it's like her roar is just like roar. As you can imagine, the audience isn't too much into this, and they start throwing tomatoes. So yeah, so, Shining Armor is packed up. He's leaving. Rainbow leaves the big tent and is smiling, and they're wondering why she's smiling when that thing didn't work out. So turns out she realized that, yeah, that when I was with my friends, it's always fun. Like, here's the problem with this episode. At no point did the stuff she was going through link up to that realization she made. Like, it's like suddenly like, oh yeah, things are fun with my friends. Like, there was no conversation or anything. Like, the only interaction between her and the rest of the group this episode was like telling her that she doesn't need to join the circus to do this, and Twilight opening the cage of her. It wasn't a conclusion that was naturally formed through any portion of the episode. It's just like, oh, we can't break status quo. Therefore, things are always fun with my friends. You kind of get where I'm going with this complaint? Like her realization didn't feel earned. Oh, hold on a second. Be right back. Yeah, sorry about that. Some, well, not personal drama, but personal-ish drama with the roommates. Uh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, like just not a natural realization conclu- conclusion thing.
To be fair, there have been occasions before where she's taking things a bit more seriously than she probably should have.
True.
Because I seem to be recalling a lot of during new episodes that basically had her in that situation.
Yeah. But the episode ends with Rimadash doing her own little show at Sugar Cube Corner, or I think, performing for the CMC. And yeah, that was Little Misfortune. Yeah, this that week of episodes was kind of hit and miss, honestly. What goes up to is pretty good, like decent, if even although it does raise some questions about the state of the Crystal Empire. Communication Shakedown was just a no, just no. Lollipop was actually pretty nice, aside from like that minor thing with the Destiny swap in season 3. A Little Misfortune was all right, even if I feel that the realization that Rimadash had wasn't really earned. So all in all, just an average bunch of episodes, which is sad because, to be honest, season 2 has actually been pretty good.
Huh, so the abstract clown thing was actually not as questionable?
Right.
I guess I can't think of a past occurrence where that would be conflicted, but yeah, character stuff kind of got. Yeah, character stuff was either questionable or not so.
Yeah.
On the plus side, I remember catch. On the plus side, I actually caught this earlier. The last title is actually a reference to the Mr. Men Little Miss books, which became a TV show.
Uh, hmm. Also of note, like everyone, like, uh, never mind. So my brain is just like kind of right now. Yeah.
And one thing I forgot to add when I was talking about the current characters finally getting their pony life forms, all had all had their all had their returning VAs.
Yeah, I think that's what I was gonna mention. although I swear with Cadence, it took me a moment. Like, wait, something seems off. I think she was just like using a slightly different tone of voice. You know, like just tweaked a little bit. That like it took me a moment. Like, wait, is that me? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I think that's the same voice. But I think it was also with her being more into fashion and social media now that like it was kind of jarring. You know. Like,
I'm
no, fashion's supposed to be Rarity's thing.
I think a certain point is where you finally make the connection where she sounds more familiar.
Yeah, just it just takes a little bit.
Interestingly, Communication Shakedown is also the title of a song by Penelope Parker.
Hmm.
What goes up to Lollipop or Timid Obvious? I suppose getting amusement out of the current characters for getting their appearances might kind of help a bit.
Yeah.
Also got to say that the Lollipop Telegraph gives me a bit of flashback to some classic Disney circus-based artistic choices.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm pretty sure some other circus. Granted, I'm pretty sure circus in general, but actually, most likely circus in general because the font was pretty spot on.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Disney's probably the one that seems to come to mind the most. But yeah, I think the only thing that's possibly the biggest takeout would definitely be recurring characters getting their appearances.
Yeah. I mean, better late than never.
And like you said, those brothers actually did something a little bit more productive this time.
Yeah.
Sort of to get back on the convention subject, few compromises in these challenging times have been basically they run a call of sorts. They run a call of sorts. You get a few minutes to talk. Get a few moments to talk with them. Uh, they'll probably ha- they'll probably have prints at hand, or say you'll probably have sent something for them to sign.
Right.
That's kind of how I heard of how virtual autograph sessions have been.
Yeah, except I've been trying to get that large poster signed by everyone. So, yeah.
Probably probably one of the trickier ends, but yeah, whatever works.
Yeah.
Let's see. Birthday, birthday by Kyle Busch when the race at Kansas. So that was a nice birthday gift.
Yeah.
Four Mustangs in his wake. The Texas rounds had Dixon for Chip Ganassi Racing winning Genesis 300.
Yeah.
And Mexican Award for Era McLaren SP in a Chevrolet, winning the XPEL 375. Oddly enough, even though the capacity for such a sort of the map, both of them were oval races. Seems the Falcon of Minnesota considered giving Cap-Am the ability to throw the shield with wings.
Hmm. Okay.
Walking Dead's Jeffrey Dean Morgan still hoping to play Batman, but feels time is running out.
Yeah.
Who knows? Might be another interpretation. Sith Rogen not willing to work with James Franco again after controversy.
Yep.
Got a confirmed threatened on set by Joss. Seems we want to be expecting Modok in the MCU, according to Jordan Bloom. Carrie hosting a Sonic 2 raffle with a Blazer RS as a prize. Winner working as a grip on the upcoming film.
Oh, cool.
Zick will still be seen cruise on a train in MI7 as he was detailing protocols.
Mm-hmm.
Saw getting an unrated 4K release with an exclusive cover. Faces of Death, notorious for being banned in 46 countries, getting a reboot by Cam filmmakers.
I don't know. Yeah.
Didn't expect Harrison Jr. in Euphoria season 2 due to scheduling conflicts. Quote from Elijah Richardson regarding his MCU future as Eli Bradley. We'll see.
Yep.
Ridley Scott's House of Gucci wrapped filming. and that's coming out in November. Looks like we get a first official look at as he tests Shay suited up as Guardian. This one's a Jordan Fisher as Impulse. Mandalorian cinematographer Baze Idone working on Love and Thunder. Seems there were concepts for a Star Wars TMNT crossover.
Oh. That's different.
Idris Elba cast in Stay Frosty with Sam Hargrave driving. Justice Smith's not thinking that a sequel to Detective Pikachu is happening.
Yeah,
getting a Muppets version of Haunted Mansion on Disney Plus this fall.
Mm.
I have a feeling they might do better than Will Smith.
Yeah.
First look at Morgan Cohen as Stephanie Brown. Kara Brower from Us and Candyman, serving as production designer on The Marvels. Ooh, Noah Clark and John Barrowman under fire.
Yeah, I read about that. Like, ooh.
Looks like we're getting a new Paranormal Activity movie near the end of 2021.
Oh.
Looks like we're going to get a Native American version of Captain America. Seems Michael B. Jordan is not happy with his Force Awakens audition.
Oof.
And/or set photos revealing Diego Luna, Sand Troopers, and a few others. Camila Cabello's Cinderella, not releasing in theaters, instead coming to Amazon later this year. A24's Green Knight getting character posters. After Eternals, Clozel's looking to write direct a new version of Dracula for Universal. I guess the big question would be if it's a Dark Universe resurgence.
Yeah, mentally I was like, wait, are they still trying to make that a thing?
Might be getting an origin story from Millie Bobby Brown's 11 in the new Stranger Things.
Oh.
John David Washington star and Gareth Edwards' True Love. never say never to the possibility of Andrew Garfield returning as Peter Parker. Extinction and Afterlife are on Netflix. Looks like we got a trailer for the new Rugrats show.
Ew.
Joker sequel reportedly still in the works. Here's something a little amusing. Snyder would love to direct something Star Wars, but doesn't think he would survive. Adrian Berde, cast in Succession Season 3. Matt Lanter seems to be expressing interest in playing Hal Jordan in the new Green Lantern reboot. And John Kamen cast as Red Sonia in the remake. Loki moves the premiere date to June 9th. New episodes Wednesdays. Barry Jenkins, Steve Campbell Jr., J.D. Dillard, Gina King, and Shaka King, potential candidates for the next Superman director.
Oh.
First for the black actor is Kal-El. New Blade to begin filming July next year. looks like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and other ABC TV shows went to the non-canon Marvel Legacy category on Disney+.
I mean, we kind of figured as much.
Looks like we're getting images for House of the Dragon. Tom Cavanaugh, Carlos Valdez leaving Flash after season 7.
Yeah.
Canterers series begins shooting out in Los Angeles. There have been set photos released. Guardians 3 said to be the last in the franchise.
Yeah.
Jessica Parker Kennedy returning as XS in episode 150 of Flash alongside Jordan Fisher as Impulse. Angelina Jolie excited for Zhao bringing a new voice to MCU. New lightsaber tech from Disney to be used on Galactic Super Cruiser, opening at World Resort 2022. Taylor Page for female lead in Toxic Avenger. His original plan was Strange to appear in WandaVision, and commercials being messages from him. Love and Thunder cast spotted with Sacha Baron Cohen, sparking speculation he might appear. Got a look at Space Jam: The Legacy.
Oh.
Rumored developing animated movies. for Disney Plus. Stargirl renewed for season 3.
Oh.
Scrapped plans for Spider-Man cameo in Mitchell's vs. Machines. Finch to be going to Apple TV later this year instead of theaters. New Disney Plus Star Wars Simpson crossover short. Force Awakens from its nap. Ewan McGregor as Houston in first trailer for new limited series from Ryan Murphy. Coming Netflix. Brie Larson, Taylor Paris, even Vanelli returning for Nia DaCosta's Marvels. Thursday was about replacing Ruby Rose as a Scarlet Knight.
Yeah. Hmm.
Ant-Man and Wasp Quantum Mania, releasing February 2023. Guardians 3, May 2023.
Hmm.
Marvel's November 11th, 2022. Canada Forever, July 8th, 2022. Jonathan E. Steinberg joining Rick Riordan in Percy Jackson series.
Oh. Okay.
back at Dark and journey over G5.
Oh.
Atomic currently hiring CG artists. Pre-orders for Princess Celestia have been out for over a week. So we're getting images for G5 toys.
Yep.
Finally, on our goodbyes from last week, we start with a bit of an oddity, which probably should mention this a bit earlier, but this is a channel that supplied upscales for show I used to watch got hit bad.
Ew.
There's been a bit of an upburst. There's been a bit of an upburst since trying to restore that legacy.
Yeah.
Also on the final device, Piano Pet, Montana Tiki Bar Entertainer. Reverend Captain McDonald lent an ear to those whom society forgot. Bacchus Viper led Yad Vashim Memorial. HW's brother Jonathan Bush. Debbie Duncan, Minnesot's First Lady of Song. Mohammed Samatar, Islamic school teacher, mentor to youth. Billy Hayes, actress from Black Cauldron and Rescue Bots. Spencer Silver, co-inventor of the Post-its.
Oh.
Chuck Hicks, Stuntman, Dick Tracy, Rathacon, Runaway Train.
Oh.
Sir Leslie Marr, British racing driver, landscape artist. Mary Cullion, President, Eastern Washington University. Lloyd Price, Hall of Fame R&B singer.
Oh.
Brian Corbin, New Zealand Railway wine industrialist. Ed McClure from what started out as the Bush series.
Oh.
Francis Ducreux, French racing cyclist. Olympia Dukakis, 88 Oscar winner.
Oh.
Operator W.R. Stokes, and Ernest E. West, Medal of Honor recipient.
Long list. Anyway. I should probably set backing up for tonight.
I suppose continuing on tomorrow wouldn't be too bad of an idea.
What?
I suppose continuing on tomorrow wouldn't be too bad of an idea.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
So yeah, that's for what? That's first part of the doubleheader. Definitely looking forward to recording this week's happenings. Well, let's see what comes next.
Yep.
Till which, stay safe, stay well, and we should hopefully see you next week. Or tomorrow night. Take care.
See you later.